Okay, now we'll be doing main menu. Let's create the folders. Oh, we already have a UI folder here, so that's great. We'll just create new widgets over here. So right click, user interface, widget. We'll name this one pause. Let's just duplicate that. Right click or control W. So control W, main menu. Next one will be, actually no, yeah, let's just leave those as the ones for now. Pause main menu, and let's click save all for these two assets. Let's hop into our player 1 blueprint. So my assets, players, player 0. It counts from 0 mostly. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. From event begin play, we have this. And Z order 0, that should be correct. Player 1 UI. Well, we should really rename to player 0 UI. Let's do that. Player 0 UI. It's more accurate. You should say player 0 over here. And we're gonna search for the keyboard P. So once you press P on your keyboard, we're gonna say create pause widget. So create widget. If I can spell, create widget, point this to the pause. Return value is going to be add to viewport. And let's see if that works. Actually, wait, we don't have anything in pause yet, so that wouldn't work. My bad. So yeah, let's open up the pause widget, which should be in your My Assets UI pause. Okay, let's add a text here, and we'll set the anchor to be the top middle. And we're gonna say this will have the words paused. Size to content, justification middle, and then we're gonna increase this size, font size by like 100. And we'll change this to be red, deep red. Okay, there we go. Maybe over there in the middle somewhere. Cool, that should be good enough. We will then have a button, so let's drag in a button here, and that button will have a text, so drag a text and put a check mark next to button. We'll name this button unpause. And this will of course say unpause. And for the text, we'll align it to the middle as well. We can extend how big this button is. Let's make it somewhat bigger. And we'll put this button somewhere over here. Should be good enough. On pause, let's set that to red. Yep, should be good enough. There, we have the unpause button. I'm pretty sure you can change the button color also. Yep, there we go. Maybe we want a red button, but then the text will be white. Or it's up to you. Let's reset that. I'm quite happy with the white button. Let's duplicate this, right click duplicate or control W. Let's name this button main menu. Alright, let's be sure to set the anchor of the unpause button to be the middle. Main menu should be the middle as well, and we'll just drag this over to here. And if we want exact values so they're lined up, it's position X, which is across, so we can just copy position X of the unpause button, main menu button, copy paste, and we can just drag this down more to about here, and then change the text to say main menu. Maybe we'll just have this text in white. We can make this wider as well, maybe this wide. Just as temporary placeholders. Cool, so we now have two buttons, unpause and main menu. Now let's head to the pauses graph. And we'll delete these two event ticks and event pre-construct. We'll do a set game pause set to true. And then we'll get the player controller, which is pretty much keyboard or controller. But in this case, it is the keyboard. Set mouse cursor. Oh, sorry, mouse cursor. Set show mouse cursor, that's the one. Set that to true. And what this means is, okay, let's play it actually. So our game is playing, pause. It pauses the entire game, the ninjas are not moving. Pretty much if we alt tab here, once this pause UI comes up, it will set the game as pause and it will show your mouse cursor so you can click on things. Because if you notice while you're in game, your mouse cursor actually doesn't show until you press pause and then you can click on things. For the next part of the pause code, let's click unpause here and we will do the onClick function. So plus, and over here we'll do set game paused again, but this time pause is unticked. Actually, we can just copy this. Yeah, let's copy this or Control W, Control CV, either way. Plug that into there, show mouse cursor. We want to hide it if you unpause the game. And then for the next part, you want to set input game only. Player controller will be player controller 0, so just copy and paste, or Control W for duplicate. And then remove from parent. So let's play it. Yep. So game pause. And if you click unpause, it should be back to normal. So that's what that does. It says the game's unpause. Make sure your mouse cursor is hidden. It makes it so that it receives input in the game only and not like in the UI or anything, and it removes the pause UI. So that's what remove parent means, is to remove the pause UI in the viewport. And then we actually want to head back into our UI. Now let's head into my assets and then let's create a new folder called levels. And we're gonna search for the third person example map, which should be in maps. And we just wanna drag these two into levels. Move them there, and we're actually gonna give the main menu its own level, which will make more sense later. But let's right click level and click main and type in main menu here. Save all these new assets that we just made. Cool, so head back into your pause UI, which is this, and we'll on the hover over variable main menu, on click main menu, or we're gonna do open level by name. And the level name is main menu, the new one we just made here, right? So the default map is called third person example map, which is this. The main menu right now is empty. The main menu map, it has no data in it whatsoever, nothing inside it. Okay. All right. Next part will be taking a screenshot. So this will be the screenshot for our main menu. Hit G to enter game view. That will be this one here. Hit G and then F11. G to hide all of that, then F11. Oh, before that, press F11 again. Let's actually go into cinematic viewport. And let's do a grid 3x3. Rule of thirds, you know. Let's click game view again. Oop, game view. Actually, let's hide the boxes first for the ninjas. So let's hop into Ninja BP, viewport, and we'll just, these two hitboxes will just, they're hidden in game. And they'll now be hidden in game. So we're now in game view, cinematic viewport, and we're gonna enter immersive mode. It's just for screenshot purposes. Maybe let's tilt her. so it faces the camera. Let's just click somewhere random. Just position. Oh, wait. What should we click? Spikes. Yep. Okay. No, that's a bit scary for a screenshot for our main menu. Let's just do this. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And then we want to do a screenshot. So high resolution screenshot. Like that. We'll do a resolution of 2 times. And take screenshot. It'll show you where your screenshot was saved. So let's open that up. What size is this? Let's see. Details. That should be good enough. 3840 times 1900. Okay. So let's exit cinematic viewport, default viewport. And let's disable game view. Yep, game view is disabled already. Why is the CMD up? Go away. Okay. Alright, now we want to open up our main menu UI. So that would be in My Assets, UI, main menu. So far it's empty. Oh, first before that, let's head into content browser. Let's open up where you found your screenshot and just drag it in here. Import it. Still be there. Let's click save all. High-res screenshot is there. Let's head back into our main menu UI. And we'll include an image here. So drag an image and we're gonna select for brush, there'll be the high-res screenshot that we just did. High-res screenshot 0. For anchor, set it to be the entire screen. And for these offsets, just make them all 0 so it covers the entire screen. Is this stretched? I don't think this is stretched. Or is it? It's not stretched, right? No, it's just cropped. Or is it stretched? No, it seems stretched. No, it's fine. Yeah, let's not worry about it. It's for demonstration purposes anyways. I don't think it looks stretched. It doesn't look stretched. Oh well. Yep, so let's do that. Okay, now we're gonna add in a... We're gonna duplicate this actually. Maybe not duplicate it. Either think of doing like a blur background or like darkening the entire thing. Let's go for a blur actually. In palette, let's type in background blur. Add that on to your canvas and make sure this blur takes up the entire screen as well. Make the offsets 0. And blur strength, let's type in 20. That was too much. 10, 5, 1, 2, 3. 3 maybe? 4. Yeah, oh well. Okay. And we're gonna put in a text here. Text block. Oh, just in canvas panel. Anchor to be the top middle. We're gonna name this tutorial 100. Size to content, justification middle. You can temporarily hide the image so you can see like and the background blur just to see the lines to reposition everything. Just put that thing there, close to the middle as you can, doesn't have to be exact. And then we're gonna do a button. And inside the button is gonna be a text. We're gonna name this button play. For this text, we're gonna say play game. Not pay game, play game. Let's set this to be font 50. Let's increase the sizes, the box size. It's about there. Align it middle. And maybe we want like a gold or orange. Maybe we want to darken this button. Oh, my bad. Background color, darken it a little bit so for some contrast, or maybe even just black. No, not black. Okay, yeah. Play game. Just activate all of the things again, so it's gonna look like this. Tutorial, play game. Let's head into the graph editing mode for main menu. And we're gonna delete event everything pretty much. Click your play button, unclicked, open level by name, and we're gonna type in third person example map, which is this map, case sensitive, third person example map. Cool. Let's also, alright, let's save the asset. So this is the third person example map. Now we're going to open up the main menu map. And if you see, the main menu is empty, it's black. But what we can do here while you're in main menu is to open your level blueprint. So blueprint, open level blueprint. And we're going to add some things in here. So create widget. This will make more sense at the very end. Let's delete event tick. Make sure this points to main menu. Add a viewport, add to viewport. Then we're gonna do get player controller. For value 0, set mouse cursor. Set show mouse cursor, set it to true. Now let's test how it works so far. Alt P. Yep. So the main menu is empty, right? But if you play, it's gonna come up with this UI because in the main menu's level blueprint, what we did was in the event that you begin playing main menu, it creates the main menu widget and it adds it to your viewport and makes it so that you can see your mouse cursor so you can click on things. So that's why this is now appearing, which was this little neat thing we did here. Then once you click on play game, it should bring you over here. And that happened because in the main menu widget, if you go in graph, on click, once you click the play button, you open the level third person example map. All right. So that works perfectly fine. And if you pause, you can unpause. And you can also return back to main menu. So that link works perfectly. Quite happy. Yep. Alright, so in content browser, let's, instead of viewing main menu, let's just view third person example map. Save selected. Nice, we're back. So that was the purpose of, if you can recall, the pause widget that we did. How on click main menu, so once you click main menu, it opens main menu, the map. That creates that link there so you can return to that part. Okay. Now let's create the end state. So let's hop back into our content by assets UI, duplicate the pause widget and call that end state. Open that up. And for now, let's just type in the text for end state to say defeat. And for the text for unpause, we'll just say retry. Let's rename this button to retry. So to be clearer, this is a duplicate of pause. So we just duplicated this and named it end state. So we're actually playing with two different widgets right now. So just make that distinction. Be sure you're not working on your pause widget. Make sure it's a duplicate. Okay. So if you head into the graph. Let's head into the graph. We're gonna change some things here. This should be kept the same. This should be kept the same, but what changes is this. So instead of unpausing the game, which was the old code, we just delete this. We can just duplicate this, or Control C, Control V, hook that up, and you're gonna do third person example map. Okay, so once you click the retry button here, you're actually gonna boot up the third person example map instead. So let's try that. And I forgot one other thing. Which is to go to your player blueprint, Kachujin. And once you die, let's highlight it here. So this is the death for the player character. Let's name this death. I'm pretty sure I did this in Ninja Blueprint. Was it Ninja Blueprint? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, your player blueprint, who you are as a player. So this is the death. So at the very end of the death, you want to do a create widget. Create widget. Then you want to do end state. You want to pull up the end state once your character dies, and you want to add that to the viewport. So let's try that. Cool, pause works, unpause works, main menu works, you can play game. And let's try dying. Cool, so yeah, defeat, you die. It gets brought up to your screen. Maybe we'll want to add a blur actually. But retry should work, because we hooked that up. And if you die, main menu should work as well. Cool. I want to die by ninjas instead. Let's see what it looks like dying by ninjas. Maybe we will want to add a delay actually to when it brings up the defeat screen. So let's do that. So once your character dies, let's do a delay of 3 seconds. And then it brings up that widget. Let's clean this up. Let's try that. So you don't instantly die. You need to wait a little bit. Yep. So you die. Then it pauses. And the game pauses. Let's add something else to the end state to just make things look a little nicer. Let's add a background blur. Drag that here to your canvas panel. Let's make it so that it covers the entire screen by setting the anchor entire screen. Offsets to 0. Let's make this blur strength like 5. And let's try 3. And let's make sure this is at the bottom, the very bottom. So it's like the background, right? So let's try that. Ninjas, find me. Both ninjas died as well. Cool, yeah, so this is a little bit of background blur, so it distinguishes between the UIs. And yeah, that is your end state, pause, and main menu working, which is exciting.